What are you doing?
It's a little bit of knuckle cracking ASMR.
You're just peeking the mic.
What is peaking?
It means you're blowing it out.
No, I'm edging the mic.
My name is Jonah. That's all I have to say about me. Here's Jake to do the rest.
Wow, this was so natural. I'm so glad we pressed record great. And we've started.
Well, if you'd pressed it
podcast
sooner, it would have been natural because you would have heard my potato chip ASMR. And
I'm so glad I didn't press record to hear that.
I just want to give the people what they want to hear.
I don't think anybody has ever asked for Josh Rose.
Should I be making eye contact with you or them?
I think I'm gonna smack you across the table.
No, it is weird though because I feel
there's nothing over
I
there.
I feel obligated to be looking you dead in the eye, but I don't do that in a normal conversation. I'd be like looking at the ceiling and stuff. And then when I just looked at the ceiling to demonstrate what that looks like, I probably talked away from the mic. They're probably not even hearing me.
No, I usually watch the bars. That's what I usually do, but sometimes I look at him.
I got my mind on the bars.
He's sitting so close to me. So I feel intimidated because he's such a manly man.
I feel intimate.
This is very intimate.
Not intimidated. Just drop the last half of that word.
Wait,
intimidate. You see? Intimate.
Well, welcome
How many
to
feet?
the third episode.
Stop, we'll get to it.
Of 13 Feet and Counting. Today's episode, we have Josh, Jonah's brother.
Hello.
That brings our total height to...
We should have done this before.
I think it's 19 and a half feet.
How much are you?
He's 6'6".
About 6'6".
So that's
He's 6'6" on a good day.
Oof, what does that mean?
It means you're 6'5".
When there's an eclipse, I'm 6'7".
I think you meant you got some shrinkage
full
in the
moons. The moon's gravity just pulls you a little bit more. Isn't it weird that the crime increases and everything like on a full moon?
Is that accurate?
It is.
That's a thing?
Yes. In hospital, like, people get admitted in hospitals more on full moons, stuff like that. Just more activities during the full moon.
Isn't it weird that...
Why?
I don't know. It's people think... I don't know if this part is necessarily accurate, but people have a theory that, like, the moon's gravity affects your blood. But that's, like, a pretty outrageous claim.
I feel like it would just be like there's more light, so people are just out at night doing stuff, maybe?
Isn't it also weird that the opening of Werewolves of London is like so similar to the opening of, was it Sweet Home Alabama? Yeah. But they're not even, it was an accident. It's just not even, they're not even related at all. Is that too quiet? Did they hear it though?
I'll boost it.
You'll boost me?
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Shouldn't do that.
You're gonna get bass boosted, bro. But yeah, they are very similar. Both good songs. I kind of like Werewolves of London.
I like
more.
Werewolves of London better.
It might be blasphemous as an American, but.
So, to get this podcast started,
it's already started, bro. We've been going.
We've been talking about nothing.
You're not cutting any of this either.
I'm gonna cut whatever I
No, you're not.
Son. We're gonna start with the Would You Rather. So.
What you got? Or do I? Are we
before we do the Would You Rather, can I just ask, what am I not allowed to say on this?
Why wouldn't you ask that before we press record?
Because I thought it'd make for so that they know too. I don't know.
Just anything that wouldn't get you canceled.
Because I had a
obviously
a steamy 9/11 joke kind of in my mind.
Can we do 9/11 jokes?
We made 9/11. We talked about 9/11 in the first episode.
Did we?
Yeah.
See, but now I'll just alter the joke. I'll make it about something that's not 9/11. But I still intend to make it though.
Okay.
Or maybe
now or.
Well, it'd be really telegraphed if I did it now.
Yeah. All right. Just hold it.
Well, now we're expecting it. It doesn't matter when it comes now.
It better be good.
No, now the whole world's looking at you,
It's not like a knock-knock joke. It's like it's just, it's something I would say.
On the topic of jokes.
And 9/11.
You two pride yourselves being like funny people.
Don't tell me to be funny. Why'd you do that?
I'm not telling you to be funny, but both of you have said that you pride yourself on being the funny person.
I don't think I've ever said that.
You have. To me, especially. You say especially when you were over in college, you would say
Frick.
you were the one that was always like trying to make people laugh and
You were
like
the funny
cracking
guy.
jokes and
Frick.
stuff like
You were
that.
the
And then you
funny
say
guy,
you
dude.
would go home and you'd feel like almost empty because you would like.
I don't even remember saying this.
Yeah, man, you were in your bag, I guess.
Maybe.
But
I remember it now that I'm thinking about it. He did say that.
I remember
Yeah,
there was.
you said you felt empty because like no one was making you laugh or something.
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you were the only one providing
My
comedy.
first semester of college was rough because like I wasn't meeting as many people as I expected to, mainly because of like COVID and stuff. But like, I realized like halfway through, I was like, why am I just kind of miserable? And then yeah, I realized that I didn't have any friends that were like that I thought were that funny. So, and I was doing,
do you still have a lot of friends that you don't find funny?
Nah, I ditched them.
Really?
I broke up with them. No, I made a lot more friends.
Yo, shout out your not funny friends right now.
Yeah. Shout out Oprah Winfrey.
I've heard.
That's one of the retired first names.
Oprah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever met an Oprah?
No, I can't say I have.
Yeah, it's like Oprah.
Yeah.
Adolf.
Adolf, definitely.
Benito.
Is it?
Do
I
you
don't
know
know.
I don't know any Benitos.
So it's
I don't know many Italian people to begin with,
Yeah.
so.
Is
I can't
Ellen
really
one of
say.
them?
No,
It
there's-
seems like
there's
it's
more
just
Ellens out there.
fascist leaders and talk show hosts that get retired.
It's kind of like any famous person with a weird name, like Shia LaBeouf. Like, no one's naming their kid Shia.
But you could.
You could, but it's just kind
But
of...
you
If you
couldn't.
do,
Elon-
it's going to be like, oh, like Shia LaBeouf.
Elon Musk
Elon?
named his kid, like, I don't know how to pronounce it.
X-A-E...
There's a way to pronounce it, though.
Whoa, there's
It's like-
sirens going by. What is going on there?
Stay focused, Josh. Stay focused. Stop looking.
There's literally crap going on in the real world.
No, there's not.
There was. It was in the reflection of the telly.
Shut up. Stop talking.
Right, so anyway.
So, anyways,
Did you
I
have
want
the-
to start the real podcast.
No, wait, but you were talking about our thing. How we pride ourselves on whatever. Were you going anywhere with that?
Yeah, it was.
Make this the Patreon podcast.
Yo, this is a great time to mention our Patreon.
Crack those
shout.
into the mic, please.
I'm not going to crack my knuckles into the mic.
Okay.
That's your thing. That'll be your thing. You're the ASMR guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Patreon. We have one.
You do?
No, I
Oh.
don't have that. I'm sorry for misleading you. We don't make any money. I think 2 people watch this at this point. Maybe.
Why are you whispering?
I'm not whispering. I'm sad about it.
Be sad in the mic.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just no one listens.
Yeah, keep crying.
I will.
Louder.
Fill up this cup.
All right. Hit me with your would you rather question, Jake. Let's get this train back on the rails.
we were never on the rails to begin with. I'll just
I
say
disagree.
that. But
Yeah, hit me.
would you rather be a bird
Yeah.
that can only
Oh, there's more.
ever eat? I don't know. I'm going with this. I'll be honest,
You
guys.
didn't think of one?
No, I thought one of you guys would have had one.
What?
To be honest.
But you started saying okay, we're gonna start with this. Would you rather? And then it kind of seemed like you had something cooking there.
No. There's nothing going on behind these eyes, guys.
Okay, would you rather be a bird? What were you gonna do with that?
I don't know. I told you I had nothing.
Oh, jeez.
Would you rather restart this podcast or face the fury of my fists?
I don't want to restart this podcast.
How hard are you swinging?
I'm to the death.
To the.
There's a lot of podcasts out there that are on topic. You gotta have something that sets you apart.
Yeah.
You know,
So just like random
chaos.
That is, but
That's what'll set us
people.
apart. And ASMR.
ASMR is off the table. I hate ASMR.
Have you
Do you
tried
want
it?
to talk
Let's
about
talk about
something?
ASMR.
I've never tried it personally.
I hate
actually-
everything about it.
I actually know people that like participate.
I'm
They-
sorry. You know, you have your things. You like your things. As long as you're not hurting anybody and like pushing your things on other people, do you. but I don't have to like it, and I don't like ASMR.
Yeah.
I think it's creepy, and it sends chills down my spine.
And it's also weird because, like, no matter how many times people tell me that it's not sexual, it just feels like it is.
Well, it's not.
People are like, no, I fall asleep to it.
There is sexual.
There are, yeah, but
there's like,
there was one ASMR video that I found where it was like ASMR home invasion.
What?
And it was like this guy pretending to
like the FBI breaking into your house?
No, it was a guy role playing that he was like breaking into the house and like getting ready to break into a house. And like it was
yeah, there's a lot where it's like, who's the market for this?
Yeah, it obviously that one was a joke,
mm-hmm.
but it was a really high quality ASMR mic.
Then there's the really cool ones on TikTok where it's like a very cute boy and he goes, "Oh hey, I see you just got home from work. How's your day?
Get right up on it.
You look really nice today. Oh, you had a hard day. Here, let me rub your shoulders."
I don't like that.
It's a thing.
I know it is.
It's like, yeah, it's weird, but at least I understand, like, it's really sad that there are people that need that content.
Hey, man.
But with the home invasion stuff, yeah, it's like...
Just let him rock, dog. Let him rock.
I guess, you know, if you're more into, like, verbal affection or verbal stimulus, then you'd be more inclined to enjoy ASMR. But I've personally come to learn that I'm more of a physical person. Like, I guess, like, everybody has, like, their own love language.
Why are you touching me there?
Because I like you. And it's my affection. It's my love language, son.
Do you want me to give you more hugs?
Lower.
Do you want...
Ooh.
Do you want a hug goodnight?
Lower.
I'm not touching you. Stop.
Lower.
Stop making these claims.
Do you want me to hug you goodnight instead of saying I love you
No,
goodnight?
but you know what was really weird? Like...
Because I can do that.
Shut up.
What was weird?
When we were on our vacation and we were in North Carolina and like we were at the park when we were about to leave and I went up and hugged that tree, like for some reason I got this like I was like I needed that, like I was like
oh no,
yeah, I was like
dang,
it's been a long time since I've hugged anything.
Same, bro.
Do you require more huggies?
I guess I gotta hug you every night now.
I'm kind of the opposite, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, your
guy.
love language isn't touching at all, which is, I don't know why. I just think it's funny because when I like touch you, I just know I'm gonna get a funny reaction.
Yeah,
it's like how
it's really funny.
Yeah, because well, you're the same way. You say, you know, provocative stuff or like things, or you start to instigate people, and it's the exact same thing. You're just looking for the reaction.
He's got you there, dog.
No, I'm fine with that as long as you stay away from my no-no squares.
What's your no-no squares, Josh?
Okay.
Where do the mean people touch you?
My actual no-no squares is like...
Your armpits.
Okay, it's like starting from my clavicle, you go down.
Yeah.
So your obliques.
All the way down to my hip, and then you go over.
So your sides.
And then it's also like the love handle area. So basically, it's like from the love handle up to the armpit, and then all the way over to the other side. So the entire front.
So your belly's fine? I can poke you in the belly?
No, I'm saying don't touch me.
So anywhere in your core. Your chest and your core and your obliques.
Yeah.
What about your back?
It's fine. I mean...
You don't like when
I'll still
people
get
are...
You'll still get a reaction, but it's involuntary. Like, do it at some point in the podcast. Just poke me on the back, and I'll go like that. And it's
I
not
think
I'm
that's
like,
just a natural reaction. I mean, pretty much...
No, but I like tighten up and like... I don't hate it though. It's just.
So what is your like language of affection if it's not touch?
Like presence or talking?
It would be quality time.
Quality time. I forgot about that.
Because that's one of them.
Define quality time with you. Like what do you value in a hangout session?
When I like
something?
make a new friend, I don't consider us friends unless we've hung out alone at least like once or twice.
Okay.
So that's...
And, like, what would be a hangout between friends for you? Like, if you just met this person and you've, like, talked through friends
like
and whatever.
If one of them... Like, if I had a friend or a new friend and they needed a ride to, like, you know, the laundromat or a clan meeting or the park or something like that, and if we rode together... Because, like, talks in the car... This is why I asked it at the beginning. What else? Anyway, yeah, car chats they speed up the development of relationships.
I've noticed you tend to have more serious conversations in the car.
Yeah.
As compared to having serious conversations any other time.
Which is probably because, like, a car ride, that's not the hangout. Car ride's leading up to the hangout.
Mm-hmm.
So the car ride is just like a limbo.
Yeah, you're trying to pass time.
That's not the fun part. So when I'm doing the fun part, I don't want to be like, bro, I want to know your soul. But if we're in the car, it's like, we're here. Let's do it. Especially long car rides, dude.
Mm.
Let me dissect that brain, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Jonah? What would you say that you, like, how do you show or take in affection?
I think I'm more physical.
Yeah.
I like hugs and cuddles.
Yeah.
Cuddles.
I like cuddles.
Give us a cuddle.
Give us a cuddle, eh? Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely for. I like quality time. Presents are cool, but that's not like.
Presents are my other one, by the way.
Like if someone gives me a present, I'm like, cool. It's like I like getting presents. Obviously,
I don't think anybody
who doesn't like it, but that's not my like. If someone gives me a present, I'm not like, oh, they love me. I'm just kind of like, cool, thanks, dog.
Yeah.
I hear you, but what I like about presents is, like, for me, if I receive a present from someone, it's not that, like, oh, because I got you this thing, that must mean I love you. But at the same time, I have never gotten a present for anyone if I didn't care about them. Like, you only do that for people that you actually care about.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really... It's not a way of being like, oh, I love you this much because I spent this much on the present. But if I got you anything, that means I at least base level care about you. If I don't care about you, then I'm never going to get you anything. Even if it's like a free sample at Sam's Club.
Right.
And I know you want the shish kebabs or whatever. Like, I'm still, if I don't care about you, I'm not getting you your shish kebabs.
And
Get
so,
them yourself.
like, as far as getting into a relationship, do you think you guys would be able to expand or try different things?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you gonna be in a relationship, Josh, when you have a girlfriend who's like touching your no squares? But
AKA just putting your hands on your hips and like hugging you and like trying
Why is she
to
grabbing
kiss
my
you.
hips?
Because like
she just loves them love handles.
I know they don't lie. But
She wants that muffin top, baby.
well, no, like, you know, you're just hanging out with your girl, or like you're in the kitchen or something, and like she puts her hands around your waist or something like that. You know, you're just doing something.
You're gonna
and
elbow her in the jaw
It's a real
involuntarily.
possibility.
Involuntarily is a possibility, but I don't know. That's something. I honestly kind of hope that I do find someone who's opposite to me in that way.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's not something that I enjoy. Where I'm like, I love how I could just get violent if someone tickles me right now. That'd be really cool. People think I'm joking when I tell them that too. Like,
And they usually test it.
yeah, they usually do.
Doesn't go well.
It's interesting that you bring up opposites with relationships. Like, what are you looking for
What are you looking for?
as far as
What's
like
my
a
type?
partner?
What's your type, mate?
Yeah.
On
like,
paper,
is-
what's your type?
Bro, all the honeys that are listening to this podcast are just gonna get a cheat sheet, and then they're gonna pretend around me to get into my heart. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give. This is valuable information.
Well, you gotta share it with somebody, because if you don't
you
start
know,
getting out of there,
as far as like, oh, I have to speak that way more.
Mm.
Okay. As far as like the whole opposites attract thing, it's weird. I kind of feel like, I don't know. In my case, the people that I'm attracted to, personality-wise, are not like, because opposites attract would suggest that they'd be like shy. That's not. But I don't want someone who's like way above me either, in terms of that kind of stuff.
from what you've told me, I would say that you would want somebody that's a bit more, I guess, extroverted than you are, because you like the challenge. If you thought that they were funny, you would try to be funnier than them.
I would like a girl that's funny, but I wouldn't do it for like a competition. Honestly, I love being around people that are funnier than me. Now, it would be like it would be like, oh man, it would be kind of a bruise to the ego if my woman was funnier than me. But also, like, like I said before, if I'm not laughing, I'm miserable. So, well, that's the dream. If you can have, or if I could have someone that's
essentially what it comes down to is that she needs a good sense of humor as one of her defining traits.
Yeah.
At least a humor that goes with you.
Yeah.
If so, when we hung out, when we went to school together, there were plenty of girls that just thought you were like hilarious and all that, and they were like all over you or whatever. But you honestly despised them because they didn't make you laugh. And so would you not be okay with somebody that wasn't able to consistently make you laugh?
I would say,
rather than them making the joke, they are just like the audience.
They just receive the jokes. They never.
Oh, that would make me miserable.
They never add to it.
That's what I always say is I don't want to play squash, which is where you just hit the ball at a wall and then it goes back to you. I want to play tennis.
Yeah, you want to banter. Like
Good
you want
analogy.
Banter.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got to have that crack. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Cools. Yes.
What about you two?
Yeah, I propose the same question to you, Jonah. Like, what do you seek as far as humor in a lady?
Yeah, definitely funny is good. I don't want to be, because I'm gonna make jokes no matter what. That's just who I am. I make jokes like all the time. And if
name every joke.
Shoot.
Starting with the numbers.
69.
You missed 9 and 11.
Dang it! I'm not even funny.
I gotta beat
Frick.
you to it.
You missed 4 and 20. So
well,
frick.
20 is a bit further than 11, my guy. I'll be honest.
Anyway,
definitely. Like, because if I'm being being an idiot and making jokes, and she's just like, act your age. Like,
frick! Oh no!
Like, that's just not. Gosh. Like, that's just not.
That hurt me on the inside. Like, it didn't even happen. Yeah. That hypothetical hurt me.
I think a lot of people, they see silliness and like joking around as immaturity.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, believe me.
Yeah. Like if you're like a silly guy and you're just like happy and making jokes all the time, people see that as like immature.
Right.
And I disagree.
Yeah.
Well, there's levels to that, because it's one thing to be silly and joke around, but if you are doing it all the time,
I can be serious.
Yeah.
I don't have to be funny like in every situation. If there's a situation that calls for me to be serious, I'll be serious.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be making like fart noises all the time. Like,
at a funeral. Hey guys.
Honestly, if I die young, I want you guys to do that at my funeral.
Just play some reverb farts.
Yeah, just reverb farts on repeat.
I can do that for you.
During our eulogies?
Yeah.
Just like...
No, that is your eulogy. You just walk up there with a Dr. Dre Beats pill, and you just...
It's a brown pill.
Of course. Yeah, definitely funny.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be... You just gotta bounce off each other.
You
gotta amplify each other. That's what a relationship is.
Do you think you need somebody that's going to take initiative in your relationship, or do you think that you're capable of taking the initiative? And what I mean by that is, like, you've told me that you like to chill and you like to hang out.
Correct.
Vibe.
But you also you want to go do things, like you want to go outside of the house and you want to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm perfectly content with just bumming it all day. Like, I'll nap and just watch TV like all day. Like, that doesn't bother me. I do like going out and doing things. I just typically am not the guy who's like, hey everyone, let's go.
Right.
But if somebody's like, yo, we're gonna go do this, I'm like, I'm there, dog. Sign me up.
Sheep.
All right. All right, man.
And you're kind of the opposite, Josh. You're usually the de facto, like, everybody goes to you.
It's the shot caller.
You're usually the plan maker. Yeah, it hasn't been like that recently, however.
People have gotten demoted.
Well, it's not necessarily you've been demoted. It's just that you're busy now, I guess. You came back from college. And
Yeah. I thought you meant recently, anytime I've tried to
No.
lead people, they're like, no, we don't want to follow you anymore.
No, usually you're the one that is trying to orchestrate
You
something.
usually propose the idea of hanging out, and then usually what happens is like a couple people say they can't come, and then it just kind of falls apart. That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
That's why when he said that, I was kind of shocked. I was like, really? Because I have this friend who, legit, one time he was like, hey, everyone, we're going to Golden Corral this Tuesday. Just for no reason. Just because we're going. Legit, 20 people showed up. I was like, I couldn't get 20 people to show up to my funeral. Like, there's no, like,
You know what the most surprising part about that is? That 20 people showed up to Golden Corral.
Golden Corral sucks.
It's terrible.
It's one of the worst. Like,
all right. Picture this. Close your eyes and imagine.
Yeah.
You're looking at this like dessert buffet, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And it's got this chocolate waterfall.
It didn't even have that.
And then you see this 3-year-old kid just stick its snotty little fingers inside of it and then lick
Grubby.
it. That is the pinnacle.
Is it like
of the Golden Corral?
Is it like discount Texas Roadhouse?
No, it's a buffet.
It's a buffet.
Yeah,
okay.
but they have a lot there. Like they got steaks and stuff like that, and it's just I've never left the Golden Corral and been healthy the next day. Like I've vomited. I've had diarrhea.
So bad.
Is it that bad?
Here's what they do too. Here's another reason why it sucks. They have like for the entrees, they have like spaghetti, and then they've got ribs, and then they've got Chinese food, if I remember correct. It's just like, what? You can't be good at all of that at the same
like
time.
Going to...
It's quantity over quality.
Yeah, it's like going to the Cheesecake Factory, but it's a buffet.
And like, they're just constantly making this stuff. But certain stuff is getting eaten faster than others, so you're going to have like... If no one's been eating ribs, those ribs are what you're eating. You know?
No, I thought it was literally just
bad.
like Texas Roadhouse kind of deal.
It is, and not to mention, okay, the buffet, I think it was $15, and then sales tax because it's not in Delaware.
Delaware's sick, by the way.
It is such a blessing to be able to purchase.
You know, they don't have sales tax, and I believe it's Oregon. Oregon does
Rhode
not have
Island
sales tax.
doesn't.
Shut up, you. Shut up. That's our one thing. Let us have it.
Rhode Island doesn't. But I think my friend from Alaska told me they don't have it either.
I don't think they have any taxes in Alaska.
I don't think they have laws in Alaska.
I think they have to pay people to live in Alaska.
It's the purge, bro. Yeah, they do. But anyway, so it's 15 and then tax, and then this bull you pay at the beginning.
Yeah.
You pay at the beginning, like before you've eaten anything. And they ask you what you want to drink there. And I was like, yeah, I'll have a water. And he was like, large okay? And I was like, yeah. He put the large cup on my bill.
What a bastard.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I paid like almost $17 for not just a mediocre, a subpar buffet.
Yeah.
And then my friend orchestrated the whole thing, and everyone came. And they'd probably go again if he orchestrated another one.
Yeah. It's just some people have that charisma about them.
I don't know what it is, though.
When was this? How long ago was this?
It's even more surprising. 20 people showed up to Golden Corral in the pandemic. That's even more surprising.
It's not in Lynchburg. That's pretty standard, especially Liberty. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So is that Liberty?
We could have walked there. Like it's basically, it's like right next to campus.
I thought this is like I don't know if I wasn't listening or not, but I thought it was like a high school thing that you're talking about, and I was like,
no, this was like a couple months ago.
Interesting, because I was gonna say that it's when people get older, they just got more crap going on, and it's just so much harder to organize because people got work, people got like kids or something.
And I took such note of it because
that is
me and this friend,
really
he orchestrated it because we have this big group chat. And I'm in that group chat too, and I've tried to orchestrate things in that group chat, and like legit, like a few days prior to that, I got I think one person to show up for something, and I was like, swag, dude, someone showed. And then
maybe people just have a soft spot for Golden Corral.
No way.
No, I think it's the friend. I think he's just
charismatic. He's just a friend's friend, I guess.
Is he hot?
He's very sexy.
That's why.
No, that's not why people are Maybe it's because he's short. Are people scared of me? Are people scared of us?
I see people.
Well, you're asking the wrong people because
Yeah, I know.
we're all above average height.
Do you guys think
That we are intimidating?
Do you guys think that people are intimidated by you?
Potentially.
I've often thought that because I'm
Well,
I'm 6'8", you're 6.
I'm 6'4", 6'5", around there.
And
You're
I'm
6'6".
6'5", 6'6".
So like,
I know people are probably intimidated by me
little punk. Yeah.
because I just have a resting face and I tower over everybody. I mean, I seldom do I ever really talk to anybody that I'm not really close with. So I'm not approaching anybody usually. Nobody's usually approaching me. People probably think I'm plotting on how I'm going to take out this restaurant that I'm sitting in. Like, it's pretty bad.
I don't think so, man. I don't think.
My roommate told me one time he thought I was mad at him, and I wasn't. I asked him, I was like, "Hey, did you eat yet?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "You gonna go?" And he was like, "I don't know why. I thought you were mad at me there." He said he figured it out. It's because of the facial hair. He said because he wasn't used to it. He's like, "You look angry."
What?
That might have something to do with it with me. I mean, I still have a resting face, but I usually have a beard too, so that might just double up.
Is resting face the same thing as resting angry face?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the exact same thing.
Because I think I have that too. Then, like I feel like I just look like.
Do you guys catch like just like out of the corner of your eye? Do you see people looking at you like in public? Like
no.
You'll be walking around and you're just like, that person's just staring at me.
Well, if I do, I don't know any different. Like,
I honestly,
know.
when I'm out in public, I make such an effort not to make eye contact with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
What if you see a fit bird?
I try not to look at them, or else I'll pee my pants.
Turn to stone.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, I see people looking at me all the time.
Well,
and I think it's just because I'm very tall.
Yeah,
and
you're kind of like. Me and Jake are both like, just pushing the boundaries of what is normal. You're kind of like circus freak levels.
And then I'm skinny, so I'm like, I look even taller.
Yeah, and then it's exaggerated.
Yeah, I see kids looking at me all the time. They don't even try to hide it. They will literally
tall!
They'll literally just stare at me, and I'm just like, all right, kid, whatever.
Have you ever been to like a party or like a social gathering and people just comment? Like the first thing they talk about is like how tall you are.
People used to a lot. I have not got it in a long time. I don't know what that is, but like in high school, it was constant.
I think it's probably an age thing.
Probably. It wasn't height for me.
School losers.
It was my foot size. It was my like shoe size.
Got
People were like, "Oh my God, you got boats on your feet," and I'm
you
like,
know what they say about big feet, bro?
You know what they say,
big
bro.
socks, bro.
Yes.
Bro, I remember I was in the locker room for lacrosse, and somebody took my shoes, stood on top of it, and like pretended they were like paddling.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Why are big shoes always compared to boats?
Boats,
all the big things that they could be compared to. It's always
I don't know,
boats.
but I remember I have a very specific memory of walking to my friend's house, and like I saw my reflection in the glass door his glass door.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw how long my feet were, and it was like I was wearing clown shoes. I was like, "Oh my God, this is what I look like."
And you went,
"Oh my God,
who am I?"
Yeah, pretty much.
How big are your feet, big dog? Tell me. Give me a number.
Depending on the shoe, it can range anywhere from like 14
What's
to
your
16.
PB? 16?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang, bro.
What you got, Joe?
14. I've never had 14. Has never been too small.
I'm 13.
13 has been too
I'm
small.
14 on a good day, but usually 13.
Yeah.
It depends on the shoe because like your Pumas ran small, and then usually
Definitely.
Converse run big.
They do, yeah, definitely.
It's just you got
Crocs run kind of big.
I've never
Shout out
had a
Crocs.
good fitting pair of sandals, but I think that's more or less to do because my feet are just planks. They're just.
I really think
You do be having flat feet.
I've been talking about this a while. I think we should all get black Tims.
I thought you were going.
Think
somewhere
about
else.
how imposing we would be. Imagine the three of us walking down the street. We're all wearing size 14 plus black Timberland boots.
What are we wearing with the Tims? Though?
Nothing.
Just
Nothing
the
else. Just the
Tims.
Tims.
What ass nude?
Yes.
I'd be 6'9" with Tims.
Think about how
very
imposing we
unstable.
would
I'd be
be.
very unstable.
No, imagine the Timbs, a turtleneck, and a thin chain.
I'm telling you, a light breeze would blow me over, Josh.
Yeah.
My center of gravity is already
No,
very
but
high,
the
and I'm pretty
boots
clumsy.
are going to keep
so.
you.
Are they steel
grounded.
toe?
No, they're not
No.
steel toe, but they're heavy.
They gotta be weighted or something.
They're not. They're.
I have a
heavier
pair of
than-
Timbs you can try on.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not brand name though. Are
They work.
No, they're brand name.
They're brand name?
Yeah.
How come you never wear them?
I never need to wear them. Like, I
Oh.
don't have an opportunity
Are
to
they
wear
for
them.
working?
Fashion.
Or are they for
No,
fashion?
I have like 4 pairs of boots, but I only have 1 pair of Timbs.
Dang, bro.
I've
I'm
got
try
2
them
steel
on.
Timbs and stuff.
But black Timbs specifically though are what would make you
I've
imposing.
never even seen black Timbs, Josh.
They're Timbs, but they're black.
Well, yeah, I assume
Thank
that,
you for
but I've
enlightening
never
me.
seen them before.
but they're like all black.
Granted,
Like,
I don't give a crap about
Okay,
fashion.
well,
but
here's my next question. What would be your outfit to impress a lady?
what's my fit?
Yeah, like what's your go-to? Like if you were specifically going out, and this is a serious question. Like if you were seriously aiming to go out and meet a girl,
Yep.
What outfit are you wearing to try to?
Are we
impress
talking
somebody?
like in a real life practical scenario, or in like a made up make believe like this is the best I could look, so that's what I'm gonna wear?
Let's
I want to
go.
hear
Let's
both.
go.
I want to hear your real, and then I want to hear your fantasy.
Let's go. Okay, first date at a Texas Roadhouse.
That's the realistic one.
That's
and
the
then
realistic one.
the unrealistic one will be you're meeting the Bachelorette and you're on the show.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
night.
first date
And in that
Texas
case,
Roadhouse.
I would wear what I wore the other day. I would wear a suit
Oh, this is
with
for
a
the-
turtleneck.
This is for the Bachelor one.
Yes.
Okay, so this is you're going all out.
This is me going all
All
out.
the stops
but not
going.
all out, but the suit with the turtleneck is just such a look.
You'd
It's
have to
so
make sure it
bold,
wasn't
so
like a summer
fierce.
night, or else you'd be
Yeah, yeah.
sweating bullets.
Yeah.
What
And
are you
then I
wearing?
wear-
What are you wearing in the summer?
Hmm. You see, shorts just do not look as good as pants.
No.
Yeah.
So, I think I'd have to suck it up and wear like.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Maybe.
Okay. Jonah, what about you? What are you wearing to impress your first date?
First date, Texas Roadhouse. I got my blue Pumas because they're my only nice shoes that I have. That's all I got. I got like flip flops and old sneakers. Those are my 3. And then I got some jeans on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got some kind of button up.
All right.
And then I got
What kind of button up? Because you usually wear your iconic Pokemon button up, and would you wear that?
Yes,
Or would
I
you
don't
wear
see
one
why
of your
not.
Hawaiians?
It matches. I'll wear the Bulbasaur button up. It's dope. It looks like flowers are all over it, but it's just Bulbasaur, and you can't really tell until you get close. It's dope. And Pokemon is dope.
Yeah.
So
why
back
don't,
to
why
me,
don't
though.
women want?
Back to me though.
I wasn't done.
Back to
You frick.
I thought you were.
Yeah,
I thought when you
no.
were crying, you wanted someone to take
No.
over. I thought you
that
wanted
was a
someone
pretty, that
else.
was a pretty clear sign
It was a call
to
for help.
me.
Anyway, and then I would have
Keep going.
my freaking jacket. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah, the best fits
Yeah,
are
whatever.
completed by jackets, so it's hard with a summer.
What is
night.
my jacket called? It doesn't-
Bomber.
Bomber jacket.
Bombers are
That.
bombers are swag, but oh, that's the fit. I got this shirt. It's blue and it's got black polka dots on it, and then I got this black undershirt. So you wear that, and then the khakis, and then I've got shoes that are black and blue and white, and it's like everything comes together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what are you two doing on your first date? Like, where are you bringing your girl?
A dog
Like, what
fight.
is the
probably.
idea?
Underground cockfight, perhaps.
That's big for a first date.
Going all out.
I want to show you the crazy side of me.
well,
But in all seriousness,
see,
like,
the
what
problem
plan?
is-
I want you to plan your ideal first date.
the problem there is we live in Delaware.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
We're
This-
just no
this is-
location. It's just wherever.
This is just
okay.
your perfect date.
perfect date. Frick. Maybe a movie. I like movies. Is that lame? I don't know.
It's not lame, but it's a bad idea for a first date if you don't know the girl like very well, because
Gotcha.
it's like, so So, where are you from?
Well, yeah. What you're saying is you can't talk during the movie.
Yeah,
like
okay,
it's no room for like any kind of conversation unless it's a bad movie and there's nobody.
And then
in the
you can
theater.
make fun of it with her, and that could
Yeah.
be fun.
Which
you
I've
can
done
see
that
if she's
before.
into that.
I don't know.
If a girl's not down to make fun of
But yeah.
various types of entertainment with me, then it's not meant to be.
Movies definitely aren't the first
Okay.
thing that you would do.
Maybe like a walk around the park. Maybe a park picnic. Maybe
Okay.
just like hit the strip. Go
Yeah.
go to where is it?
Picnic's pretty bold, because you don't hear about that a lot. Like nobody's taking their girl to a picnic.
Yo,
You'd-
swing by that Chick-fil-A.
No. You got
Some
the
Chick-fil-A.
You got
Head
the
over to the
basket.
park.
What'd you make me? Uncrustables. That's what I made you.
That is a power play.
That's love. That's the begin. That's
Yeah,
the foundation.
I can't cook
The
stuff.
foundation of love lies in the Uncrustable. That is a fact.
Maybe
Well-
bring some glizzies. Bring
You'd
Some
have
roast
to
some glizzies.
roast some
Pre-cook
glizzies
them,
at the park.
No,
Not
you
really.
couldn't
You could-
you couldn't
you
pre.
could-
You're gonna
hot
eat
dogs.
raw glizzies.
No, you just
I've done that. They're not bad.
you just bring a.
I got impatient.
grill at the
I was
park
cooking
or
them on the
something.
fire,
They got,
and
they
I was
got
like,
grills at the park.
I was like, you know what? This tastes just as good.
No, it does
It
not.
doesn't. But I was like, you know me. We were both fat when we were kids. So
I
like,
still am fat to this day. I'm
Yeah,
a fat
but-
kid at heart.
yeah, me too. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Once you're
you-
fat, you never go back.
You cracked open a pack of hot dogs and you just went.
we were at the right
and took
house.
took just a wet hot dog out of the container.
No,
I was
he was
cooking it,
trying
and
to
I
cook
just
it.
I was like,
He was
this
too
is
impatient.
taken because I'd only ever cooked marshmallows on the fire, and I was like, this is taking forever.
This is
Back
that's a Josh move, 100%.
back to the dates though. Like,
Hmm.
so
I want to hear yours,
okay, well,
and then I'll give mine. I'm in charge now. My podcast.
Josh is the plan guy.
My podcast.
so an ideal first date with me, I guess we aren't.
Give me your dream date, Jake.
Dream date.
Where you going, dog?
I want her to pick me up in her
arms.
1977 Ford Mustang.
Oh,
I want her.
You want her
drive
to
me
treat
the
you
beach.
right.
Yeah. I want her to buy me
Sweep
some
you off
ice
your
cream
feet.
before dinner,
before.
and then
Not
make
after.
sweet, gentle love to me under the pier.
Under the pier with crabs walking
Yeah.
around pinching you.
No, but I honestly would just want something to where we could chit chat and just get to know each other. Like nothing too crazy. I don't think I wouldn't go to like the movies because you can't talk, and I wouldn't go to like a really busy restaurant. I think what I would probably do is like the cheesy like mini golf date or like the
Maybe,
cheesy
yeah.
little sports activity. Like,
Anything where you can just like have fun together.
You
for the
know what
first
I
time
think?
is a safe bet.
you know what I think is a really good place that like unfortunately you can't find around here?
What?
Top Golf. Because it's a driving range, but they have games that you can play like on it,
Yeah.
and then you can order food while you're just doing whatever you want. And so you can chit chat, and then you can play a little golf.
Laugh
like-
at how bad you are.
Yeah, exactly. And then another fun place might be like a Dave and Buster's or something, or like
Right.
the
Dave
main
and
event
Buster's is fun.
with the bowling, and then
Mhm.
you can also order food, and then if you wanted, you can go play some video games or something like that. But I don't know. I don't have any other like idea because.
So what you're saying is just something fun.
Yeah, just something where it isn't too serious.
Yeah.
You're not like going to an amusement park or nothing. so-
No, I want something that's not like where we have to be trying to impress each other the entire time.
Yeah.
Just talk, get to know each other while doing a little activity.
Also completely dunk on her.
I'd rather be friends with her first than
Yeah.
anything
For
else.
sure.
And the same, like, you two have expressed that you guys find, like, hot girls. Like, that's your bread and butter. Like, but what I mean when I bring that up is, like, I tend to lean towards, like, cuter girls, in a sense.
Okay.
Like, you guys, like, you're like, oh, she's so hot.
I like it. I like
And, like,
cute girls. I
I'm
like
not
hot
saying that you
girls.
don't.
I like a lot of stuff, Jake.
I think it's clear that we all just like girls, period. But
Girls,
what
yeah.
I'm, what I'm saying
especially
is,
me. I like girls.
I think
and
I like
sports. Don't forget sports.
I like girls so
And
I like girls so much more.
But what I mean by that is like
you did that while I was drinking my water, bro. I mean my beer, my Budweiser.
you alcoholic, you.
Anyway,
Wait till your
I
mother
like
finds
girls
out.
a lot.
And sports.
Girls, sports, and the homies. That's my
But
trifecta. But
like,
not in a
just as
homosexual
friends,
way.
Yeah.
Just as friends.
What were you saying though about cute girls and hot girls? And
Like
all that
I
noise?
there's something about how like I recognize that women are like hot.
Yeah.
And like
Women
like
are hot.
but whenever I see like a sexy girl or something like that, my first like instinct is to like
Cry.
no,
Run.
it's like
Avoid eye contact.
it kind of is to avoid eye contact because I don't want to like I don't
Insult them
like,
with your presence. What are you getting at, buddy?
I just don't want to like go anywhere near it. Like,
I don't want to invade its space.
it's
like a lion on a safari. It's like, shh, no flash photography. You'll disturb it.
I just don't find sexy women attractive. Like I
think
recognize
what you're
that they're sexy, but I
Do you
find
mean
like
approachable?
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying approachable. 'Cause
no, like I mean sexy. Like I'd rather have a cute girl,
yeah.
and I'd rather have somebody that is just more like I don't know. I
think
whenever I
it's-
see like a hot girl or like a sexy girl in the eyes of the Western world, I just have this image of like they just are mean. They're gonna
There it
berate
is.
me.
Okay. I see.
I
what
don't
you
actually
I
think
got
they're
you.
gonna berate
So,
me, but it's just
on
like
You think it's gonna be like
level-
Amber, where she's kind of mean?
I just
and,
don't think I have a
uh,
chance.
On
That's what it
some
boils
level-
down to.
On some level, you think that because they're hot, subconsciously or consciously, they're not gonna give you the time of day.
No,
They're gonna
it's
think
not
they're better
necessarily
than you.
that because it sounds like I'm just dehumanizing them when you put it that way,
Mm.
and that's not true. Like, I still talk to them, of course, and I'll still like, but I just don't ever see myself being with them in that
Okay.
kind of way. Like, it's just something in me that
Is that a you thing or a them thing?
it's a me thing for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's just there's something I just don't see us ever being together if I find you like. Because obviously, if I'm with a cute girl, I'm gonna think she's sexy, or I'm going to think she's hot.
Mhm.
But I just tend to lean more towards like having an initial attraction to somebody that I find cuter, rather than somebody that I find hotter.
Okay.
If that makes any kind of sense.
I don't think I really have a preference. I'm all for whatever. They're both great. They both have pros and cons.
Have you ever approached a woman yourself? Like,
No.
but
Women are scary.
would you
Jake.
be okay with a woman approaching you and like taking the initiative?
See,
like
I
was
think
saying.
I think this is the problem. I think here's my problem, folks. I figured it out. I'm too afraid to approach women, and I think because I'm so tall, they are afraid to approach me. So it's just nothing is ever gonna happen.
That's called the. No, is that? That's kind of a negative feedback loop.
Not really.
Alright, whatever.
What about you,
Yeah,
Josh?
sure,
Would you
yeah.
rather the woman take the first step or you taking the first step?
That would definitely be cool. Unless, I don't know. I feel like the only times I've ever seen girls take the first step are when they're like kind of low key annoying. Like,
That's fair. I mean,
it would be cool if my dream woman did that, obviously, but I don't think she's gonna be the type that's gonna.
So that
Because
plays into.
there's not a lot of girls that are gonna do that, you know.
It's true.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think women?
Society.
Why do you think women don't take the first step?
Because they just. I
Do
mean,
you
that's my
feel-
actual answer. Is society.
Yeah,
like,
but-
we live in one, so.
But with that, do you feel like you have to, or that you are more inclined to take the first step, despite
I
your
think that's
anxieties?
just like the social accepted thing. Is
Yeah,
the
but
guys
why?
make the first
Why do
move.
you-
Like
why do
what's
you-
that? What's the dating app where the girls make the
Bumble?
first move? Bumble. Yeah, like they have to have an app for women to make the first move because it's so just expected at this point that guys do it.
These days, I mean,
it's changing. Like, women are powerful, and I'm very afraid of them.
Yeah, they are so powerful, but these days, I feel like no one's approaching anyone. Like, that's why there's more single people, there's less babies being made, what have you, but...
I don't know if there's more single people.
Stop touching her.
I need something to fiddle with, though.
Just see your water bottle's right there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay, buddy. When I was a rookie at this,
I'm a little... No, it's nothing to do with...
No,
I'm
listen.
just a fiddler.
No, let me talk.
Daddy's talking.
When I was new to this, last week, I was fiddling all the time, dude.
I've been fidgeting
all the time.
and fiddling. Do you know how many fidget spinners I own, dude?
Dog, just because you're nervous.
Frick off!
You're nervous because it's your first podcast, man. It's okay to fidget.
People
dog.
think, even Dad, dude. Dad, he doesn't. My dad does not know me at all, bro. He I think he did that the other day. I think
we're getting into sad hours, people.
No, maybe it was you. I don't remember. Someone asked me. They're like, maybe it might have been Sarah. Shout out Sarah. I was tapping my foot. She was like, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "No, I've been doing this since I came out of the womb, and I haven't stopped for a second."
I've had a doctor ask me why. Like, she asked me something about, because I was doing that. I always do it. I always move my left leg for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just my default. It's my default dance. I just move my left leg.
It's like we're Street Fighter characters, except we tap our foot instead of shift our weight back and forth.
Pretty much. And then she was like, "Have you always done that?" And I was like, from what I can remember, yeah. And she was like, "You might have a thyroid problem." And I was like, "Oh, all right."
It sounds like the WebMD thing. Why do I tap my foot?
Except it was a real doctor.
She
never pursued anything.
I think she just Googled it, bro.
She's like, "You either have a thyroid problem or you're."
That literally
it's one
sounds,
of the two.
It sounds like your doctor just Googled it and just said the first thing that came up. Called it a diagnosis, slapped a sticker on it, and sent you on your way.
Well, I wasn't even at the doctor for that. I was at the doctor for a physical or something.
They just wanted to get more money out of you.
Have you ever had a physical where they grab your nuts?
And twist?
Probably.
Yeah.
The twist?
Yeah. They didn't do that with you guys?
No, they didn't twist my
nuts. Is it a guy doctor, Josh?
They used those potato chip clips?
Yeah.
They actually...
He's just BMing.
They didn't,
I know.
They didn't use the potato chip clips with you guys?
No.
Do you feel down there for lumps every now and then?
I think I need to reevaluate.
You gotta check for
my doctor.
Okay.
Do you check for lumps? In all seriousness.
Yeah. Every now and then.
I have never consciously checked for lumps, I don't think.
Apparently, testicular cancer is one of the higher causes for young adults.
I think I'm more of a skin cancer kind of guy. I don't think I'm going to go to
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
testicular cancer.
Your skin, your back is crazy.
It's not that crazy. Is it that crazy?
It's pretty bad, dude.
I don't think that's skin cancer related.
I don't know if it's skin cancer related, but no.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on back there.
If you go to
connect the dots.
If you go to a dermatologist, obviously you probably shouldn't have anything to worry about because they tell you.
Yeah.
They tell you if you had anything wrong.
I used to go, and then COVID happened, and I haven't been since then. But I'm going back.
You're fine.
Soon.
You're beautiful.
Oh shucks.
You've been to a dermatologist since high school, haven't you?
Yeah, but I stopped because of COVID.
I remember you told a kid to go to a dermatologist, you were being legitimate, and he got pissed.
Do you know who it was?
Yeah, I know exactly who it was, but I'm not name blasting.
Let's start doxing people, bro. Let's start giving out addresses.
Yeah, all right. Shane Dawson.
You said it.
You don't know who Shane Dawson is.
Oh, is that the YouTube guy?
I know. I went to high school with Shane Dawson, dog.
No, because there's another.
He actually molested my cat.
All right,
but
man. All right, man.
That's unrelated.
All right, man.
Yeah, something about.
I thought there was a Dawson in There was.
There was.
Yeah, that's why I said it, you fricks.
Did you mean to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, shout out to Dawson.
Shout out to Shane Dawson.
I was like, bro.
Hide your cats.
He had eczema. He's like, oh, you know, my skin be ashy. I was like, oh, you have acne too, even though it's dry? He was like, yeah, well, I have a girlfriend and you don't. I was like, whoa! Hold on. I'm just trying to understand here, guy.
God.
I'm on your side. He was like, shut up. I was like, dude, relax.
Just came out
Because I was like, how do you have dry skin, but you also, because he had bad acne too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that sucks.
That is a bad.
How does
combo.
that work?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, well, you're single. You loser. I was like, all right, man.
The funny thing about that though was that his girlfriend would have run if you were like, hey, like if you
Oh, frick! It was her.
if you would have just like walked up and like, hey, like she would have just dropped everything.
Oh gosh, I forgot she existed.
Yeah.
Frick. Do you remember the football game?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. It's not for these listeners to. I don't
Josh,
I don't hug and tell.
Despite
you know what I mean?
having no girlfriend and never being in any relationship with a female, Josh is quite the ladies' man.
Frick.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah, I be hugging biddies.
Whoa.
you know. Oh, hey, guy. This guy.
There's a doggy.
Oh, there's a dog too.
That's a nice dog. Anyway,
What if your girlfriend didn't like dogs, or you know your date
that's-
didn't like dogs? Is
If
that a deal breaker?
Okay, if the reason is, a dog ate my left arm when I was 4 months old, then, okay, trauma, I get it. But if you're just like, oh, I just don't like them, you are not to be trusted.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm with
You're
that.
not a trustworthy person.
What if
at
it
that
was
point.
just specific types of dogs? Like she didn't
Then-
like Chihuahuas.
Well, I don't like
specifically.
specific
Well,
types
most
of dogs.
people don't like Chihuahuas.
So,
For
Chihuahuas
good
are
reason.
kind of annoying and bitey.
I've never.
bigotry is
you
totally
guys-
okay when it comes to dog breeds.
You guys grew up with small dogs, pretty
Yeah.
much. I always grew up with like medium-sized to like larger-sized dogs.
We actually had like big dogs when we were babies,
When we were
but they
real
died,
young.
So
Mhm.
I
we don't really-
barely.
We had a giant
remember.
Schnauzer, a Husky, and a Rottweiler Lab mix. I remember the Rottweiler Lab mix.
Mhm.
She died when I was like 8. But
What I was getting to essentially was
yeah.
I don't tend to like smaller dogs. Smaller dogs usually are just kind of. More
You
of a-
like our dogs?
do you like
though.
our smaller dogs?
Your dogs are fine, but I would never want to have a small dog for me.
Okay.
I'd rather have a larger dog. And that has to do, I guess, with my height. And, like, also, I would rather have a big cuddle bug rather than, like, a tiny little, like.
I would rather feel powerful.
I don't think it matters what dog you have. You're going to be more
No,
powerful.
I'm just playing. But yeah, I think it's just smaller dogs are easier to manage and they do less damage to your home and they live longer. So
Well, if you train your bigger dog, right, it's not
Even
going to do
still,
as much damage
even
to your
still.
home.
if you got a big dog though, like that dog's living to maybe 12 and it's dying. Mini's 16.
Yeah.
So
One of my dogs lived to be 18. He was, like, medium sized.
yeah, medium.
I like medium.
Medium's ideal.
I think Boxer Bella.
I would
is, like,
I would love a Great
perfect
Dane.
size. So good.
That's my
You don't want a
dream
Great Dane.
dog.
Great Danes.
I
are
do want a
wild.
Great
They
Dane.
legit die at 8 years old.
Yeah, I know, and it's tragic, but I would love one because they're like one of my favorite breeds.
That's. I can't advise that you get one, but
I know. It's the heart wants what it wants, and you can't change my
I
mind.
feel that.
this is true.
I also love like those giant, like the ones that hunt bears or whatever. They don't actually hunt bears, I don't think, but they're like
I think
the Siberian.
Caucasian shepherds. Is that what you're talking about?
Probably
They're like big tan dogs, real fluffy.
either tan or white. They probably shed so
Jamie,
much.
can you look
though.
that up for us?
Who's Jamie?
Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters.
No.
Our intern.
Uh,
He's talking about Jamie from the freaking Bald Guys podcast, whatever his name
Bald
is.
guy.
Joe
yeah,
Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I've-
Something like that. I don't know.
I've never listened to that.
He's just saying Jamie because he's unoriginal and he wants to be famous like Joe Rogan.
Bro, that's a Caucasian shepherd though. Big boys.
That is
Yeah.
a big boy.
They don't. I don't think they're for hunting bears, but They are for defending against
Like
bears.
herd defenders, that kind of thing.
They do be defending, so
That's cool.
Right now we have an Australian Shepherd mix, and she's the best.
really,
She's funny.
is she like a crackhead? Because every Australian Shepherd I've ever met is
No,
kinda
she's
squirrely.
like a mix. So she's like kind of fat, so she can't be that crackheady,
Oh, okay.
and so she also got hip dysplasia. So
Oh,
That sucks.
it's not too bad, but it's enough to
It's
like
very common.
yeah, but it's funny because like you'll like start to run a little down the driveway, and she'll come over and try to like nip your kneecap, just to like try to get you back to where she wants you to be.
Nice.
she's heard.
It's
man.
cute. She doesn't mean anything by it, and she really doesn't care, but it's just like her way of just being
Dogs are
her.
great. Love dogs.
And then we have a beagle mix, and she's like taller, and she's quiet for the most part.
That's rare.
And
You know who I don't trust? Like, so I don't trust you if you don't like dogs, but I kind of don't trust you if you're one of those people who like has pet bugs and you let them crawl on your face.
what about spiders?
Tarantulas, that's one thing, but like people really be out here with like pet cockroaches, and they're like,
Yeah,
here, watch, I'll put it in my mouth.
you guys
You
know
are
how much I
an
don't
agent
like spiders.
of Satan, I think.
You guys have seen me firsthand handle spiders.
I'm not a fan of spiders either.
I do
Class
not like
Caliceratus,
spiders.
dude. Yeah, for sure.
For sure, bro.
Those wolf spiders that we handled, they were literally bigger than $50.
I don't think you handled it very well, buddy.
Let's talk about.
I'm surprised I stayed above the water.
Let's talk about our fears, both rational and irrational. What's your biggest rational fear and your biggest irrational fear?
My biggest rational fear. I kind of pride myself on saying that I don't have too many fears. Apart from like the little mundane
What a
things
cool guy.
like spiders and crap like that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they don't scare me. It's just like I don't want to be near them.
They're creepy and I don't like them.
I just don't.
I think that means you're scared of them, dog. That's what
Here's
that
the thing,
means.
I
though.
can
Like-
go over and I can kill a spider. I'm not gonna like. If you're scared of spiders, you're gonna be
Here, I'll
like
put
you're
it-
gonna freak out.
Here,
You're gonna
here.
like scream. I've seen
That's
people
a
who are
phobia,
scared.
though.
Let-
I'm
let-
talking about
exactly.
fears.
Let me
phobia.
ask
Like
you
a
this.
fear
Let me ask you
of-
this. Would you have a nightmare with a spider?
I have had dreams with spiders, but I've never had a nightmare with a spider.
Okay.
I've had a dream where there was a giant spider, but I wasn't terrified or anything of it.
When I say fear, though, I don't mean like a phobia, because a phobia is pretty extreme. I mean like if I had a ladybug or a butterfly or a centipede here and a spider here, and you'd be more likely to avoid the spider and less likely to avoid
That's
the
a
other
natural
one.
instinct to avoid the spider, though.
Okay, what if I said you have to hold one? Tarantula, millipede. Which one are you gonna hold?
The millipede.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going for the tarantula. Like those big fluffy tarantulas that are all slowly.
I'm
Millipedes are creepy.
It doesn't matter if it's tarantula or not, because as soon as it starts like running up my arm or something, I don't know
Like
what I'm gonna do.
The
Exactly.
tarantulas.
So I'm saying.
But I would be
It's
the
not that
same
you
way
have
with
a
the millipede.
phobia, you just are a
I would
little
be the same way
more.
with the millipede. It doesn't matter if something fast is running up my arm.
Millipedes are real slow.
It doesn't matter if it were running up my arm.
Class Diplopoda.
In the situation, if something fast were running up my arm, I'm gonna probably swipe it because
Yeah,
I don't
I mean
want
anyone
anything.
would, but I'm just saying, you have like more of an awareness of spiders.
I don't
I would
like.
call that a
I
fear,
don't like
personally.
spiders either. But like the big tarantulas that are just kind of like boom, 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 and they walk all slow. They're not that bad. I think they're fine.
I mean, they walk fast when they want to.
I know, but most of the time
That's
in the
what-
show, they're fine.
I just
They go
as
from
soon as a spider
this
becomes
to-
too big for me to just like squish with my foot or something, that's
What,
when
you think
it's
he's gonna catch your foot?
no. I
Throw you
just
back?
if I like put my foot down and I feel it like that's when it's too big. And I'm
Here, let
like
me do it.
I don't even want to do it.
That was Jake squishing a spider.
Good ASMR, Josh. We brought it full circle.
I try not to kill spiders
Ah.
too, and that's the thing. Cause like
Well, I
you
saw
want
you doing
spiders because they'll eat flies and all that stuff. They'll keep pests out.
Shout out to bees. Let's go.
We love bees.
Hornets for cornets.
I saw this chick
All my homies hate
I
hornets.
saw this chick on TikTok who was really creepy.
Was it a bee lady?
It was a bee lady, and she was just like scooping bees with her hands.
Yeah.
And she was like putting them in her little bee box, and she was like, "Oh, they don't have a queen.
She
I have a backup queen in my breast pocket."
Yeah. Shout out to bee
And
lady.
She
awesome.
got into some controversy
Why?
because people think that she's staging rescues and stuff like that.
How do you stage a rescue?
I don't know.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
what I've heard. I've heard that people are accusing her of staging rescues and that she's also taking like bees away from their natural habitats to her private like.
Well, even if she is doing that, it's better than them because people
There's one that
kill
was just,
bees.
yeah, there's just one that there's a bunch, like a whole hive trying to get into somebody's car. They can't stay there.
Yeah.
They can't stay there. Silly bees.
Leave the bees alone, man.
But that's the thing. Like you could stage that by just putting a queen right there, and then all the bees are flying
I
around.
guess.
Dude, do you guys want to know how bees work? I think I already told you this.
Yeah, you did.
Do you know how they work?
I just
Okay,
like that they
maybe.
dance. They do
Okay,
little
okay.
jigs.
So basically,
dance.
I don't remember every detail, but I'm gonna just give you the Spark Notes version.
That is
The way
essence of
the way a
bees.
queen bee is made or not made is, if the queen bee is alive and healthy, she secretes a pheromone that basically makes the reproduction of more bees.
Yeah.
Basically, she makes either worker jelly or royal jelly, depending on, or the bees that make the jelly. They either make one of the two, depending on the pheromone that the queen is making. If the queen's about to die, she stops making the pheromone. The bees start making royal jelly, feeding that to the newborn babies. They become queens of their own and go to new hives or take over the hive.
My question is:
That's cool.
Crazy.
Crazy.
does Beyonce feed her children royal jelly or worker jelly?
They'll eat anything she gives out.
That's right. And thank you for listening to another episode of 13 Feet and Counting. This has been Jake, Jonah, and Josh. You can find Josh on Instagram at JiggyJoshy, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Find Jonah on Twitter at SummerBlackbird, and you can find me on Instagram at JakeyJakeIsGreat or Twitter at VeryFatBerry. And thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Swag.
To like 3 people that are listening. For now, there will be more. Tell your friends. Tell everyone.